what other services does retirement capital strategy offer outside of like just investment advice?
Yeah. Well, I think that's one of the key things here. In the investment advice arena, I try my hardest to, exceed what somebody could do just going to Vanguard and buying these big indexes. I use these big indexes, but I use some pieces outside of those to try to enhance returns and try to actually pay for our fee. But ultimately, one of the things that we do is just try to help, kind of like a financial partner for each one of our clients, to be able to be a resource. I mean, we do what you can tell if you watch this channel and you look at this channel, we're huge on education, and we really believe that's a piece of what we do. And so we have these strategy sessions as needed, with the clients, and we go through and take a look at their Monte Carlo simulation, what's changed in their plan. Not everybody does this, but most of our clients do. And so that really helps because it's like an early warning system to be able to tell you, hey, here's, something that's coming. Of course, we are a custom shop, a boutique, investment shop with a really tight clientele. And so we take care of everything that we can. All of the issues that happen with accounts, somebody passes away, the beneficiaries, the name changes, the new trust that comes out, all of the trading. I mean, we take care of everything that we can possibly take care of to try to make, the client's life easier. Those people that might want to do it themselves, they're having to do a lot of that on their own. We take care of that for them as far as that goes. So, uh, we've been working on, life insurance plans for people where it's appropriate, young families, trying to, really work towards helping people make sure they have the right amount of life insurance. So we look at estate planning needs for those bigger estates, and we do estate plans for that to try to figure out what we can do to reduce estate taxes. Um, so I'm sure there's some others I'm missing, Ethan. What else do we have on the list there?
Well, we have Roth conversion and tax planning; those kind of go
Oh,
hand in hand, and
yeah,
so just being able to find a way that over time we can lower your taxes, because a lot of times when you prepare taxes, you're thinking for this year, what can I do to lower my taxes?
right,
But there's no long term strategy that
right,
you have.
right. Yeah, and you can make bigger impacts, in my opinion, by looking at the rest of your life tax strategies, because that every year it works. And you're right, the Roth is a big one that I missed, because I really consider us specialists in Roth conversions. We have some really powerful tools that we can use to determine what's the best tax bracket to fill, how do they work, what would happen to your net worth if you did it or you didn't do it. I think we have some great things that we can show strategy wise. We spend a lot of time helping people with their Roth conversions every single year. We're working on that. So I think that's a huge one, and maybe one of the biggest payoffs to what, to working with us. I would think that's one of the big pieces for those people that need it. Um, yeah, so but I get questions about almost anything, hey, should I lease this or buy this, car? Should I, can I buy this car or this, RV or this, travel trailer or whatever it might be? And I can go in, to their plan, put that expense in, run the Monte Carlo simulation and tell them the difference and say, give them my opinion. Yeah, that works. Or, oh boy, that really kicks back your probability of success. That would be possibly a dangerous move. I think it's really helpful personally just to know that you can, and what you should do. Hey, I want to buy a rental property. Okay, let's model that, see what happens, and what are the parameters, and how does that work, or what have you. So, and what type of danger are you putting yourself in, or is it just a really good thing? That type of thing, whatever that question is. So, constantly getting questions through email that we answer. It's just nice. It's a resource, man, just to be able to ask Tom, basically, right? And so that I think that's a big piece of what we do there too, and just kind of bring some people some peace of mind.